Good morning, Quadcopter 101 here. And what I got for you today should be a pretty darn neat review. This is the FX805 and FX807 two-channel RC aircraft. Now, I've done previous reviews of the FX802, which was a glider two-channel aircraft, and the FX803, which was a scale model of the Piper Cub. Now, the 805 and 807 are similar to those previous aircraft in that they're two-channel controlled, and the way they're controlled is through variable thrust on their motors. If you want to turn to the left, the right motor will provide more thrust than the left motor, and the aircraft will turn to the left. Vice versa, if you want to turn to the right, the left motor will provide more thrust and push the aircraft to the right. So in effect, it's simulating, and it does a good job of simulating the effects of a rudder on the aircraft, say a servo on the aircraft that's adjusting the rudder on the aircraft. Now, today, I am going to be doing two flights today of the FX805 and the FX807 here at Mirror Lake. We will be flying, I am going to break these reviews down into two separate reviews. I'm just using this same intro for both of these since they're so similar. Now again, these have built-in batteries internal to the aircraft. You cannot remove and replace the batteries in the field. However, you can charge these in the field using the controller, and I'll show you how. That you just plug it into that little charging port there on the flight control board, and it will charge the aircraft in the field, I believe, in about 10-20 minutes, and you can fly again. Real quick before I go into the charger, now the 802 again was a glider. It's very streamlined and designed. It had a little bit larger wingspan than the 805 and the 807, and that enabled it to climb very quickly and glide for quite a distance. Now the 805 and the 807 have a little bit shorter wingspan, but a little bit longer chord of the wings. Now this should provide similar lift but greater speed than the 802 could do, and hopefully these two may be a little more aerobatic than the 802 is. The 802 is a great flyer, but that's what about all it would do is fly. I tried to do acrobatics, tried to do loops with it, and I just couldn't get it to go higher than nose up, and then it would come and go into a glide. This hopefully should be able to complete the loops. I'm going to try it with both of these. Now, again, both of these have dihedral, good dihedral, so they should be able to, if I get into trouble, if I let go of the sticks, they should auto-level themselves out to get themselves out of trouble automatically. So let's go for a flight. Before I go for a flight, let's go over the controller real quick. This is the controller, similar for both of them. You have throttle control, and you have yaw control through variable pitch or variable thrust on the motors. You also have a yaw trim knob right here that if it's turned to the left too much, you can trim it to the right and vice versa to bring it to a steady, straight glide. Other than that, it has your on-off control, and here's what's very important. It has 6 batteries inside of it. Now, with 6 batteries inside, that gives it pretty good transmission power to about 100 meters, actually, for both of these airplanes. But also, with those 6 batteries, it provides power through this USB port if you want to charge the airplanes in the field. You can do such with this transmitter/charger. So that's pretty cool, I think. So let's go for a flight. We'll start off with the FX807 and then go into the FX805. I am going to break this down into 2 separate videos, just using the same intro on both of these. We'll start off with the 807, then proceed with the 805. Okay, we're going to turn on the FX805. Its on-off switch is on. Place it down on the ground. The wind was coming from that direction for a bit there. Let me level off its landing gear here. And the way I'm going to do that is just bend it a bit to level off the airplane for a takeoff. And turning on the transmitter. Transmitter's on. You have to bind it by going up and down just like with a quadcopter. And we should be good to go. Let's go for a flight of the FX805. Leveling it off, and it climbs. It's a climber. I flew the FX805 here recently, just 5 minutes ago actually, and it was a climber too. Let's see if this is an acrobatic quadcopter. Oh, there we go. Yeah, this one. This, if you want to do, oh, almost did the loop. This one can do the loops, I think. Almost. Okay, how about when you shut it off, will it glide and let go of the sticks? It glides great. It's a great glider too. This is a good one. I like this one. The 805. Good glider. Let's bring it in around for a touch and go. Let's do a touch and go. Touch and go. Good flyer. Cutting back the throttle a bit. Let's see how it climbs at 3/4 throttle. How about half throttle? Let's set it up high and we'll try a gliding run. See how long it glides. Let's get it up good and high. Increasing the throttle a little bit more. And I'm going to cut off the throttle now. Let's see, will it turn? No. You're going to have to turn this one. The 805 would turn during the, or my 805 would turn during the glide. This one kind of turns. Turn it to the right a bit. Glide's pretty long. Good glider. Nice airplane, huh? $20 airplane, folks. When I was a kid, you could not get this for $20. And when you did get something, you had to build it yourself. And usually, at least in my case, when I built it myself and took it out for its first flight, it ended up in 100 pieces. This one here, already built, ready to go for 20 bucks. And it is pretty, I think it's pretty darn crash worthy. Not compared to my little balsa wood there. What was my first airplane? Oh, it was the Real Thing, they called it. It was a balsa wood airplane, the Real Thing. And I flew that thing after building it for a month. I spent a month building that airplane. I put on a motor onto it and took it out and stalled it. And it came straight down, nose down, full power into the ground, and I wept for about a week. So, this one, I don't think you'll weep for a week, because it didn't take me a month to build this one. It took me a month waiting for it to come, though, because they come on the slow boat. But let's try those acrobatics again. Let's take it up a little bit higher so I got some wiggle room. Take it overhead. Increasing the throttle, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it a full turn. Almost. Try it again. Oh, there we go. I knew that one we could do it. Cutting back the throttle now. Let go of the sticks and see how it goes into a glide, folks. All of these 800 series can do this. If you get into trouble, just let go of the sticks. Turn off the throttle, let go of the sticks, and it'll start gliding automatically. And that's because of the angle on the wing there. They call that dihedral angle. Actually, maybe that's multihedral, because it's two different bends in the wing as it goes outboard. Taking it up even higher. I want to try those tricks again. Acrobatics again. Let's go into that hard turn. Straighten that. Oh, yeah! Did you see that? See how I'm doing that, folks? Wing overs. Throttle off. Okay. See how that leveled itself? Isn't that cool? It is pretty easy to fly, but you know, beginners will have crashes. It's inevitable, but it is a good flyer. This is the 805. I like the 805. I like the 805 best of all, out of them all, to tell you the truth, because this thing's pretty damn responsive compared to the others. Wing over. Oh, I love it. That was a loop. Another loop. Oh no, Immelman. Okay, throttle off. There. When you're done doing your acrobatics and it starts, you know, to get a bit away from you, throttle off and center the sticks. Isn't that cool? I like it. I think it's cool. Very forgiving airplane. But remember, you got to remember to cut off the throttle and let go of the sticks. And it'll right itself. Okay? It's not hard to remember that. Now what I'm doing here with these tricks is I'm giving it full throttle and then giving it full rudder in one of the two directions. And as soon as it comes downward, I switch the rudder direction and then it'll level off and do a stunt. Let's try that. I'll show you what I mean. Full throttle, hard rudder, flip the rudder. Then throttle off and it levels off. Pretty cool. This is a great little beginner's airplane. The 805. I like this one best of all, folks, if you're wondering. It seems to be designed for fun acrobatics. I tried it on the 807. The 807 doesn't have the zip that this, or the probably the lift that this one does. This one has a little bit longer cord on the blades. It has the same wingspan as the 807, but the 807 has tapered wings. This one's not. Pretty much rectangular wings. Let's turn full throttle. That was a loop. Okay. Let's bring it in. Let's do a touch and go. Let's just glide it for a bit. Great airplane. I think this is the best of the 800 series, in my opinion. And I've flown most of them. 802, 803. Is there an 804? I'm not sure there's an 804. Excellent. Okay, I'm getting a little too close to the ground, so cutting off the throttle, letting go of the stick, letting it balance itself. Cool, huh? How that balance or levels itself automatically. FX805, the purple one. Or maroon. I don't know what color that is. Chartreuse? Either way, it's the best flyer of the bunch. Uh-oh. See? Saved myself by just letting go of the sticks. Oh, and there goes the, no more power. It's done. That's the flight time, and I was flying pretty aggressive of the FX805. This is a great little $20 RC airplane. My favorite of the bunch. Hope you enjoyed this flight. This is Quadcopter 101, signing out.